Good morning, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for joining us this morning ahead of our Carling Curry Cup game against the A-Link Pumas on Friday. We've got our flanker, Muller Uys, here with us this morning just to chat to us ahead of that game. We'll take hands for questions. I don't see a hand yet for the first question. Ken?
Thanks, Trubani. How's it, Muller? Yeah, good, thanks. Good, thank you. Muller, I know things didn't really go that well in the second half, but how much of a confidence boost did you guys get out of that first half against a Lions side that, you know, finished 11th in the URC? Most of those players. I mean, the way you outplayed them in that first half must give the Curry Cup side a lot of confidence.
Yeah, definitely. I think we carry a lot of confidence into this game. The Lions brought a quality side, and I think the guys manned up against them, and it really went well. So, yeah, with that said, I think we have a lot of responsibility backing this or that performance up against the Pumas this weekend.
Thanks, Ken. Jan?
Thank you, Chimani. Muller, if you don't mind, I'm going to carry on in English. Obviously, you guys know the Pumas very well. I'm sure a number of those guys come from Pretoria. What do you guys expect of them? Does it make it easier when you know the guys that well, that you know what the Pumas bring, or do you prefer the unknown?
Yeah, the Pumas is always a difficult one. I think they bring a massive set-piece battle, so we need to front up to that and kill them at source. So yeah, the Pumas is always up for this one. It's always a big game, and as I said earlier, it's a massive responsibility for us to back up our performance against the Lions this weekend.
Is the Pumas a bigger derby than the Lions itself?
It's a difficult question. I think the Lions is obviously also tough, and the Pumas is tough. At this stage, I don't think there's an easy game. Both teams are quality sides. They bring different things to the table, and we just need to front up, and what they bring, we have to counter. And yeah.
As a final one from me, what exactly is the difference between the Pumas and the Lions in terms of the challenges?
Yeah, so I think both have very good set-piece battles they bring. I think the Lions like loose ball or loose play, and they can counter from that. The Pumas as well, but I think the Pumas, you need to front up physically. I think the forwards need to step up, and yeah, it all starts with the forwards battle.
Thanks, Jan. Any other questions? I don't see any hands. Morgan?
Hi, how's it going? Thanks for taking the time out today. I just want to discuss maybe, are you expecting a measure of desperation from the Pumas this weekend, and that they're going to just throw the kitchen sink at you guys, and how you're going to defend? They have to win this game basically if they want to be in the top four. How are you guys going to defend against that?
Yeah, I think they'll bring everything they have. But also, that being said, we're also going to throw everything we had. We're also desperate for a win. I think it's almost a must win for us as well to get our home final and being top of the log. So they're going to bring everything. We're going to bring everything. And at the end of the day, it's the one that wants it the most. So it's going to be a nice battle this weekend.
Thanks, Morgs. Ken, back to you.
Muller, you won. There's obviously a really big game coming up at Loftus Versfeld the week after this weekend as well. You're one of the guys who's kind of been in between Curry Cup, URC.
Yeah.
As a player, and specifically someone in your sort of position, how difficult is it to obviously want to focus now on this very important Curry Cup game, as you say, but back of the mind is also that, you know, there's the URC and the semi and the quarterfinal. How difficult is it to deal with these two sort of competing priorities, if you like?
Yeah. So obviously the first prize for us is playing URC, but the competition at the Bulls obviously is very tough. So everyone can't play every weekend URC. So it's also motivating us if you get an opportunity at Currie Cup, because it's not a given that you have to play Currie Cup if you don't play URC. So it motivates us getting an opportunity for Currie Cup, and with the two sides in training, they're really making it easy for us to go from URC to Currie Cup and slot in then again Currie Cup. And so I think from the coaches side, they're making it easy for us. We have the responsibility in knowing our detail then again and performing at the weekend. So yeah.
Is that a follow-up, Ken? I see your hand is still up. Okay, Heinz?
No, sorry, I forgot to lower it.
Okay. Heinz?
Thanks, Koops. Muller, dankie vir jou tyd. Ek wou net gou gehoor het, jy het nou so gepraat, jy weet hoe mense, jy weet, maar so amper so inswaai by die URC en dan weer inswaai, jy weet, by die Currie beker en dinge. Gegeewe dat julle volgende seisoen waarskynlik ook in Europa gaan speel, hoe belangrik is dit vir julle as spelers mentally dat die afrigters amper julle soort van voorbereid, jy weet, vir die verskil tussen daai twee kompetisies ook, jy weet, deur te sê die Currie beker is omtrent net so belangrik soos die URC, want mens sien dit maar in sokker ook, jy weet, waar die ouens nie noodwendig weet, is die liga belangriker sê nou maar as die kampioene liga nie.
Yes. Ja, ek dink soos die manier hoe hulle ons voorberei hierdie jaar is obviously nie net 'n plan wat hulle uitgedink het nie, dit is 100% langtermyn, en ek dink soos hoe ons voorberei hierdie jaar gaan ons baie help volgende jaar. Ek weet die mindset by die Bulle is ook ons, dis nie om een kompetisie af te skryf en een te wen nie, dis om alles te wen wat ons moontlik kan. En ek dink die manier hoe hulle ons voorberei kan almal sien, ons probeer die Currie Cup wen, ons probeer die URC wen, en langtermyn dink ek gaan dit ons so baie help, soos waarmee die coaches besig is hierdie jaar, en al wat ons moet doen is die proses vertrou, en dinge sal goed uitwerk, glo ek.
Thanks, Heinz. I don't see any other hands. Are there any other questions? Okay, Carl, you can go for it, sir.
Muller, you were one of the first up-and-coming Lucy's that was barnstorming and everything. But at this stage, at the Bulls, you're not first choice. How do you see your development at the Bulls going? And I mean, you must have Springbok hopes and everything in your heart. Is there any changes that you plan in order to get to compete with the other youngsters on a level footing?
Yeah, so my career obviously took a different turn with injuries and stuff, but for me it's taking it day by day and learning. I think the most important thing for me now is not to be too old or to think I was too good or I am too good to learn, and for me it's about starting fresh and learning from, or each day learning and growing. And when I get my chance like this weekend, I obviously need to take it and show that I'm good enough to play URC again. So I think the coaches are doing a very good job in developing the players if they don't play or if they're not involved in even both weekends, so or both competitions. So it's also my responsibility now to take ownership and to learn and to grow and to show what I'm worth again. Yeah.
Thanks, Carl. Jan?
Thank you. Muller, just a follow-up from that. I mean, you touched on the systems and how it's preparing the players properly. There's also the other aspect is that a lot of the guys are sent back to the club rugby and playing some club rugby and stuff. If you look at the broader picture or the bigger picture, does that really inspire the players to know that there's a bigger picture, and you know, even going back to play club rugby is a way to get back into the system?
Yeah, I think I had to play club rugby last week and for Tuks. I think it's a very nice way in getting game time, and just to sharpen up on your skills and to even stay sharp. So I think it's a nice way in learning and growing as a player. And there's also stuff they give you on defense and attack and things you haven't seen maybe. And yeah, maybe it maybe brings back a little bit of joy in your game also again. So I think it's a very nice idea.
Any takers for the last question for Muller? Ken?
Yeah, thanks, Kamani. Just following up on that, Muller. You're obviously still quite a young player, so you might not have experienced this, but chatting maybe to some of the guys who've been around for a while, one kind of gets the feeling that in professional rugby, if you didn't make the say on a week like this where there's just a Currie Cup game, if you didn't make the 23 for the Currie Cup, and you don't make it for 2 or 3 weeks, there's no rugby for you for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I imagine that the players are actually loving the fact that you train hard all week, but if you don't get selected, you've still got that chance of at least playing a bit of club rugby at the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, I don't think you're out of the mix if you don't play for 2 weekends. I think the coaches have a clear plan, and I think the players understand what the plan is. Whatever is needed to win, we always say. So for certain games, certain players are due to play and other way around. But I think club rugby helps with those players that's unlucky that doesn't make the selection. So last week it was me, and I think it really helps with keeping your skills sharp, and it's a nice opportunity for you to, as I said, grow and learn and also express yourself. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Muller. Gents, if you can just hold on. We've got Coach Hayden Groepies, who's going to join us shortly in about a minute. If you can just hold there for us. Muller, thanks again, and all the best for the weekend.
Thanks, Muller. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.